pleasant day to each and everyone. I am Jocelyn Pineda, wife of the Secretary to the Sangguniang Bayan of Santa Josefa, AGUSAN del SUR, Philippines, Mr. Vicente Pablo Pineda, a public worker who for almost 25 years already it's as the forefront of planning of the development of our municipality. He worked beyond his duties and function many times over and even bring his ideas for local development home that keep me abreast with the nature of purpose of his work. He even always talked to me about the hindrances, political or otherwise, that despaired him, and the reason that inclusive local development could not be attained. Nevertheless, during our daily family prayers for guidance, we find inspiration in the Word of God that encourages us to show the lamb and not to hide, so that the light of the Lord will shine upon the world. Many trials in our life happen, and I am forced to run for mayor of our municipality. Now is the time to fulfill the will of God, so that love and justice may reign amongst His people.
Dili mi mabalaka, kay kanunay kauban ka. Walay ang nga hadlukan kay kanamo. Nagtipid ka, bisan kusok-kusohon sa mga problema, bisan muagi kalayo sa pagsulay. Diya kanimo, O Diyos, may kadaugan kami. Kayang Ginoo nato gamhanan, kayang Ginoo nato balaan, kayang Ginoo nato tagiya sa tanan, kayang Ginoo nato masaligan, kayang Ginoo nato malauman, kayang Ginoo nato nasayod sa tanan. Gihatagan mo kami kusog na pagtuo, aron among ibayaw ang gamhanang ngalan mo. Hustisya o gugma mo, maoy among maangkon. Ginoo, dalan mo among kadaugan. Ang Ginoo nato gamhanan, ang Ginoo nato balaan, ang Ginoo nato tagiya sa tanan, ang Ginoo nato masaligan, ang Ginoo nato malauman, ang Ginoo nato nasayod sa tanan. Gihatagan mo kami kusog na pagtuo, aron among ibayaw ang gamhanang ngalan mo. Hustisya o gugma mo, maoy maangkon ko. Ginoo, dalan mo among kadaugan. saligan. Ang Ginoo nato malauman, ang Ginoo nato nasayod sa tanan. Ang Ginoo nato mao'y nagbuhat sa tanan.
Rights and ownership of IPs. Santa Josefa uphold the rights and ownership of the indigenous people over their ancestral domain as primary condition to implement PSF and as legal basis to implement the Santa Josefa Shoreline Protection Project. Propose and delineate their ancestral domain to determine environment critical areas, water source protection forest, production forest, and areas for agriculture development, tourism site and buffer zones. Forge a perpetual MOA to grant them royalties and income on the following: A. Perpetual lease on delineated environmentally critical areas and tourism sites. Royalties on resources indigenous tree, first stand, and water resources. C. Payment on environmental services such as forest and rehabilitation and protection. D. Royalties on products of forest dwellers, 1% of value. IP's livelihood program to eradicate forest resource extraction. Security services on potable water resources, tourism destinations, and protection forest. IP scholarship program for college education on environmental sciences, forest and watershed management, upland resources management, culture and arts, among other courses which could enrich their culture, indigenous community, and ancestral domain. Number 2. Institute forest dwellers security of tenure. Relocation of other forest dwellers from environmentally critical areas which include water resources, buffer zone protection forest with provision for area reacquisition settlement, preferential and gainful employment on tourism services and development projects. Livelihood program for upland agriculture, forestry and nursery services. College scholarship program on upland agriculture, forestry, hotel resort and management and other applicable tertiary courses. Resettlement, housing, tourism, development assistance. 3. Local government unit. Completion of work and financial plan for the Santa Josefa Shoreline Protection Project to avail the 202 million pesos PSF standby fund as directed by the Climate Change Commission. Forge a co-management agreement with CADT holders, AWAW and SION for the implementation of the 22 sub-projects comprising the Santa Josefa Shoreline Protection Project. Perpetual lease on the tourism sites and share on tourism receipt. Institute the tourism site within the CADT as municipal heritage for patrimony and forever binding the indigenous community to the municipality. Strengthening the IP community and access the necessary invention to establish in the municipality an IP Institute for Climate Change Studies and allied courses. In the spirit of the Bayanihan partner with all other sectors to institute policies, program, project, and activities to support the implementation of the 22 sub-projects comprising the Santa Josefa Shoreline Protection Projects. Secure certificate precondition from the NCIP Commission and Bank for the Shoreline Protection Project. In the spirit of Bayanihan, establish a water development system with a water consumers cooperative to sustain the program after the Shoreline Protection Project will be implemented. Number 4, partnership with national agencies and other national institutions concerned on climate change and indigenous people rights and their role in development. Complete the work and financial plan with the assistance of the concerned Caraga regional government offices. Regional TWG already convened to ensure that the implementation of the Shoreline Protection Project is consistent with law and national policies. The Shoreline Protection Project of Santa Josefa will become the pilot project for the whole country. Expedite the project implementation and multi-sectoral equity. Climate change adaptive, typhoon and drought, resilient forest and reliable water supply. 5. Climate change adaptive, typhoon and drought, resilient forest and reliable water supply. Indigenous forest protection, infrastructure, peace and order within the country, co-managed by the IP, LGU, and concerned government agency. Increase socio-economic and cultural prosperity to hasten economic recovery through the Bayanihan spirit. Biodiverse forests for scientific studies and facilities establishment of Center for Climate Change Studies, IP Culture and Arts. Second, growth forest resilient to typhoon and drought. Increase hydrological capacity and quality of potable water supply. My second priority project, the Santa Josefa Water Development System. The Santa Josefa Water Development System is an economic enterprise through public consumers cooperative partnership, an interim corporate modality to ensure that it is inclusively owned by the people of Santa Josefa as patrimonial and corporate property. The connection of this program to the development of 22 watershed shoreline protection projects from 202 million pesos People Survival Fund are. The SGWDs will sustain the payment of royalties for the use of water source from the ancestral domain of IPs and the payment of environmental services the IPs rendered in the protection of the watershed. The SGWDs will cement the bond that hold the IPs to the community of Santa Josefa. The corporate structure interim 55% LGU owned, 45% consumers cooperative. This corporate capital sharing structure of the SGWDs will ensure that the investment of the LGU will be recovered and invested for continuing PPS for public interest. Consumers' cooperative stakes in the water system will bring forth political accountability, water conservation, and corporate security. The cooperative infusion of subsidiarity will generate reserve capital build-up which could fund future social capital investment. Our third priority project, which can be integrated to the first priority project, is organic rice agriculture progressively implement through the LGU's establishment of organic rice pilot farm. The main directional flow of this program is establish a contiguous pilot farm. LGU to enter into memorandum of agreement with farmers, landowner. The pilot farm will be converted to organic by the Municipal Agriculture Office. That the LGU will employ the farmer or beneficiaries as contract farm worker CFW with daily wage consistent with that set forth by the Caraga Wage Board. Part of their salary will be a capital build-up for the Santa Josefa Bayanihan Fund. 100 contract farm workers for every 300 hectares. Pilot organic farm will be supervised by the Municipal Agriculture Office as the Bayanihan Organic Farm Brigade. Farmer landowner will be allocated 25% of their farm produce based on the law. The organic rice produce, which consequently commands a higher price than non-organic, will be turned over to the business sector for marketing while maintaining an organic rice buffer stock at the FLGC fix of the program. Ecological balance and parallel development of freshwater fisheries and production. Increased price of locally produced rice. Increased economic activity now that agricultural labor was ensured daily wage. Benefit the business and service sectors. Protection of health and well-being of constituent. Institution of the Santa Josefa Bayanihan Fund for Agri-Industrial Security. General policy. All person natural or juridical who will enter into a contract with the LGU, avail its program and or project procured through contract with the LGU, avail the services or intervention of the local government unit shall put out a capital build-up to the Santa Josefa Bayanihan Fund. The CBU may be withdrawn after 1 year. If the person will sever his present and or future contractual ties with the LGU. This policy will be applicable to local POs, farmers, business sectors, contractors, SJWDs, co-op members, other sector and or other persons without contractual ties with the LGU provided that he is permanent resident of the municipality may contribute to the Bayanihan Fund subject to adopted condition on a voluntary basis. Purpose of the Santa Josefa Bayanihan Fund. Standby fund for land redemption of mortgage farmlands. Enhance farmers' lands ownership in case of his personal emergencies, and farmer may mortgage his farm lot to the LGU. The farmer will automatically be a beneficiary of program number 3, the organic pilot farm. Actually, my program of government is what I call 0+4 development program for socio-economic revival after COVID-19. Zero means zero corruption for the 4 development program cannot be implemented if the development fund will be depleted by corruption.
Everybody falls sometimes. Gotta find the strength to rise from the ashes and make a new beginning. Anyone can feel the ache. You think it's more than you can take, but you're stronger than you know. Don't you give up now. The sun will soon be shining. You gotta face the clouds to find a silver lining. I've seen dreams that move the mountains, hope that doesn't ever end, even when the sky is falling. I've seen miracles just happen, silent prayers get answered, broken hearts become brand new. That's what faith can do. It doesn't matter what you've heard, impossible is not a word. It's just a reason for someone not to try. Everybody's scared to death when we decide to take that step out on the water, it'll be alright. Life is so much more than what your eyes are seeing. You will find your way if you keep believing. I've seen dreams that move the mountains, hope that doesn't ever end, even when the sky is falling. I've seen miracles just happen, silent prayers get answered, broken hearts become brand new. That's what faith can do. Overcome the odds. You don't have a chance when the world says you can't, and will tell you that you can. I've seen dreams that move the mountains, hope that doesn't ever end, even when the sky is falling. I've seen miracles just happen, silent prayers get answered, broken hearts become brand new. That's what faith can do. That's what faith can do. Even if you fall sometimes, you will have the strength to rise. Even if you fall sometimes, you will have the strength to rise.